Good afternoon. Well, we're back from our holidays and now we're starting another 10-week session of wellness gathering through the principles of core alignment. And the topic that Lynn has chosen for us today these sessions is asserting yourself as you receive help.
Yes, I could have actually named it. Maybe it's more appropriate to as you receive and ask for help is really, but we're going to be looking at assertiveness and we're going to be, looking more at what we've been focusing on through all these conversations with, knowing what we want, asking for it, showing up, keeping our word, and having that natural attitude of gratitude along the way as we are continuing to gather more information to support ourselves in living our best lives, really. But we're going to be focusing on assertiveness and taking this time to really expand on what it is and what we really might want assertiveness training for. So I'm Lynn, and I am in Calgary, Alberta. And the question for today is, what is something you do just for you? So something I do just for me. Well, I like to get up in the morning and just spend time just by myself. My mornings are this bubble of me time, and I do that just for me. For me, I might do a variety of things in that time, but it's quiet in the house, and Carrie likes to go to bed late, and I like to get up early. So we kind of balance out our me times, each of us. But that's something I do just for me. How about you, Lorraine? You're on my screen here.
I'm Lorraine. I'm in Wausau, British Columbia, and something that I do just for me. Well, I look after myself very well just for me. I don't ask for
That's
help. I yeah. I
well,
think,
this is a thing, right? Like we do. It's good to look after ourselves.
yeah. So that I
But
guess
you,
that's what comes to
yeah,
my mind. It's
nice. Awesome. How about you, Madeline?
I'm Madeline, and I'm also in Calgary. And something I do just for me, I get pedicures. That's
Mm,
just for me because I'm not very good at that care. And if I just left it be, I struggle. So I have decided that something quite regular is needed. And I don't typically do manicures, but I always go in for a pedicure. So that's just for me.
mm, nice. Nice. How about you, Don Marie?
I'm Dawn Marie, and I am from Sacramento, California. And one of the things that I do just for me is getting my hair braided. It is a monumental task, an 8 hour sometimes job to get it done. But I love the fact that when I get it done, especially with the lifestyle that I lead with working out, I don't have to do anything with it. I could just put a headband on or I could put a scarf on, and it's just a versatile hairstyle. I love it.
Very cool. Very cool. How about you, Olive?
My name's Olive. I'm in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and I do a lot of things just for me. As a single woman, most of the things I do are just for me. So I'm trying to narrow it down. Um, reading fiction. I don't feel the need to read what anybody else is reading or telling me to read. I just read for my own enjoyment.
Mm, awesome. Cool. It is kind of interesting looking at these things that we do just for ourselves, because it isn't a important aspect to do things for ourselves and to know what we want and know what we want it for and how it supports us. So really with this whole assertiveness and as we're receiving more help or asking for it, it really kind of goes with complementing those things we do just for ourselves and being able to speak up for ourselves and in a way that is assertive. So, what do you want assertiveness for in your life? Olive, what would you want assertiveness for in your life?
To maintain my own independence, to be able to, to live in my own home as I age and to know when to ask for help and just stay independent.
Thank you. How about you, Dawn Marie?
I think for me is being authentic. Um, Assertiveness gives me that opportunity to really say what I want to say when I need to say it and not have to be concerned about what others may say. So being able to speak my mind.
Mm. How about you, Madeline?
I think part of assertiveness is that I would be, uh, I would be sure about how I was presenting what it was I was saying. And therefore, I would, it's sort of that along the lines of, what you're putting out is what you're getting back. And
Mm.
you're assured if you're delivering some kind of message, some kind of wording, some kind of interaction with somebody in a respectful way, that you're going to get
Mm.
that back. So
Mm.
it's along the line of, being sure of how I'm presenting myself, and therefore the possibility is higher, shall we say, that we're not going to get something back that you don't want to have to receive.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, so there's sort of how you say it or
Yeah.
be more
And the words,
sure about
yeah,
how you're
perhaps
saying
the words,
it.
yeah,
Yes. Mhm.
yeah.
Got it. Got it. How about you, Lorraine?
What assertiveness means to me, I think it means that
Well,
you're,
what do you want? What would you want
oh,
assertiveness for in your life?
oh, I think what I want assertiveness for in my life is being independently in charge of what I do and what I want to do and how it should look.
Mm,
To be
got it.
independent, I think.
Yeah, got it. Got it. Yeah, when I think of what I would want assertiveness for in my life, it kind of encompasses being able to communicate clearly what's important to me
Mm.
and to give the information that makes a difference in doing that without having my, um, without being too passive or aggressive, like or reactive, that's, I would like to be more assertive where I kind of assured and respectful of what I'm saying and how I'm asking, and then also being authentic. And so that, yeah, I can have my independence. I think independence is a really important thing as we move forward in life, and it's a value that most people appreciate. So let's just look at this a little bit more. So, what makes assertiveness important, Lorraine?
What makes assertiveness mean important to me?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just the being oh, how hard, what would I say? I think it makes you feel good that you're
Mm.
being assertive in a, in a positive way, and that you're not a whiny, snivelly person.
Got it. How about you, Olive? What would
think
make it important to you?
important to me, again, because I want to be an independent, make your own decisions kind of person. Um, I do not want to be somebody's doormat.
Hmm, got it. Got
That's
it.
why it's important to me.
Yeah. How about you, Dawn Marie?
Assertiveness to me means being confident. So I know that if I am going to speak up and say something, that I'm sure about what I'm saying, I'm clear about how I'm communicating it, and that I feel very like I know what I'm talking about. That's what
Mm,
assertiveness means to me, that
mm,
confidence.
mm. Got it. How about you, Madeline?
Um, well, certainly all of the things that have been mentioned, that is what it means to me. But I think there is a moment of um, it's a relaxed feel, having that confidence, having that direction, having that intention of doing what you're wanting to do for you and getting it across in a respectful way. There's something very relaxing about all of that. That is not, you're not tense and hyper and worried. It's like there's a calmness to it, which I think
Yeah.
is
Mm,
an aspect that I relish.
got it. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, it is an important aspect. I appreciate it when I experience somebody who just really knows what they want and they're just really assertive and there's nothing underneath it or on top of it. It's just clear communication and so what makes it important to me is to be able to, really understand what it looks like and to be able to back up my bus a little bit so that I can have the clarity to know what it is that I really want for the things that I really, really are important to me at my core. So what does assertiveness look like, Madeline? What does it look like?
Um, Assertiveness looks like, I think confidence is the word that is most prevalent. Um, and in a warm confidence. If there is a
Mhm.
distinction between the kind of confidence one has, not a forceful but a really warm confidence that is
Mm,
it's like that you draw people in as opposed to boom at them. It's a
mm,
quality that
mm,
is achievable, but it takes intention.
mm. Yeah. How about you, Domri?
Could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, what does assertiveness look like to you?
I believe it looks like, of course, being confident and being respectful and being able to say what I want to say, communicate it effectively. That's pretty much what assertiveness represents to me.
It looks like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Got it. How about you, Olive?
The first thing that I thought of when you said what does assertiveness look like was it looks like good posture. It looks like somebody with their shoulders back and their head held high.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. Nice, nice, cool. Yeah, totally. Because they're usually somebody who's assertive,
Yeah. Yeah. They're not
often,
hiding,
yeah,
not trying
yeah,
to shrink into themselves.
yeah. Cool. How about you, Lorraine?
What does confidence look like? Thank
Or
you all.
assertiveness?
Assertiveness look like. I think you're quite right. If you're standing tall and you have your head straight and you're looking at people right in the eye, then that gives you a sense of credibility and validation.
Totally. Yeah. To me, what assertiveness looks like is experiencing somebody who really is comfortable in their own skin and is good at expressing themselves and not afraid to speak up if they need to. Yeah. So let's look back in the past, as we all have a past. So what was a time recent when you wish you had been more assertive? Lorraine?
Oh, goodness gracious. Hmm. That's a tough question to really pin down. Let me think about it. Go on to somebody else.
Okay. Well, I'll go and just see what comes up for me because it doesn't have to be it just something, whatever comes up when you think of that question.
Hmm.
So a time recently when I wished that I had been more assertive. Well, I think there's times when I really don't know what I want until after something else happens, especially within a family, trying to make everybody happy and whatever. Um, so, I think of like at Christmas time where, I just let things unfold as opposed to just saying, this is what we're doing, and then see who shows up. Or this is the day we're doing this. And so there's times where I just leave it up to the powers that be within my little bubble. And then there's times where I just say, you know what, I'm just going to make a decision about this. And it always goes better when I make a decision about something. So, how about you, Olive? What
Gosh,
was
I'm
a
trying
time
to think.
recently where you
As
wish
I
you
have
had been more
aged,
assertive?
I have become more assertive. So, yeah, in recent history, I can't think of a time where I haven't been assertive. I'm like Lorraine, I have to think on that one. I was not assertive as a young person. I kind of went
Mhm.
along with the crowd, and yeah, as I got older, I left that part of my personality behind. So
Got it. Got it. Yeah, thank
I've
you. Got it. All right.
embraced that assertiveness thing.
Yeah, nice. How about you, Don Marie?
I would have to say, being on some of the Nikan calls, there are times when I feel like I wish I could express what I really want to express about a product or some sort. But then there are times that I do, and I feel like I'm talking too much. And then there are times when I feel like, okay, just hang back. But then I hang back to me sometimes. It looks like nobody is going to say anything. And then I feel like I want to jump in again. So I go back and forth with wanting to really step out and express myself about a particular product when I'm online.
Got it. Thank you. How about you, Madeline?
Well, the first thing that has jumped to my mind is recently I was on a call with a group of people and it wasn't going the way I wanted it to go in the topic of how we were progressing. And I stopped listening. And I think that that was a real big indicator of like it wasn't appropriate to make a comment or to have my voice heard, but it would have been a better way for me to continue to listen and pay attention instead of just shut down. And
Mhm.
of course everyone picked up on it and was all about like, is everything okay? And it's like I was almost embarrassed because I was so blatant about it. Like I was so shut down and not responsive in any way, shape, or form. And so it's like that's just as bad. Like to have that,
I
you
got
don't
it.
have to say anything and they got it. They got the
That's
message.
right.
Yeah, that's sometimes the most effective way.
And this is the thing, because what would you say that is? What way were you being as opposed to being assertive?
Oh, totally passive aggressive. Like absolutely precisely passive aggressive without a doubt, right? I was letting my 12-year-old self shine. Because it wasn't going my
Well, this
way.
is yeah, it's so true, right? I can relate to that too. How about you, Lorraine?
Well, I'm like I tended to follow the crowd all through my life, but um, I can't really recall something that at, to remember to really, I should have been assertive when I don't, I can't remember any particular occasion. I usually, if the conversations that I lead and the things that are interesting to me are not always interesting to anybody else. So I can't really be assertive to express what I'm interested in because don't talk about it. So I so I just be quiet. So there's no particular time that I wish I had a bit more assertive.
I got it. I got. Well, what would life be like with more assertiveness? What would be different as you become more assertive? Lorraine?
What would be different? Um, well, I suppose it would be easier to feel good about yourself that you can't, about myself, and I can express what I feel that my needs are being met, and uh, it just validates where I'm at in my life at the moment.
Okay. How about you, Madeline?
I think it would feel, I think it would give an opportunity to be able to understand my emotions quicker because sometimes we feel things and then we react rather than feel things and then really be able to formulate a response um, rather than a reaction. And I think that just takes more practice. And I think practicing assertiveness is something that is like a muscle that you keep having to remember
Yeah.
to do. And
Yeah.
I think that's what it would
Got
do. It would do for
Got it.
me. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. How about you, Olive?
I think with more assertiveness, decisions get made faster. Um,
Mm.
if you've got a group of four assertive people and they each express their opinion, usually a decision can be made much faster than if you've got four people who are wishy-washy and, oh, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Those people drive me crazy. Yeah, decisions get made faster, things get done when you're
Got
assertive.
it. Got it. How about you, Don Marie? What will be different for you as you become more assertive?
Well, I'm going to really be transparent here because I often am told I'm very confident by my outer appearance. But on the inside, I'm sometimes like cringing because it's not coming out the way that I want to say it. So I think that if I were more assertive, then my insides would match my outsides. And I could be able to be more authentic when I do show up because now I'm communicating the way that I look and that it's coming out to represent a more clearer perspective or thought.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Having the inside meet the outside, right? As we make decisions more faster, right? Understanding motion better.
Mhm.
Yeah. What will be different for me as I become more assertive? well, acceptance comes. I think if I become more assertive, there'd be a sense of acceptance in being able to express myself and be able to accept things that I may not get. Like, it's sort of, I may not get the route that I want when I'm being assertive because it, may not indicate that I'll get the respect that I want. But I'd be more accepting of the fact that I've spoken up and asked for what I wanted, or, knowing what I needed. This is where it kind of plays into asking for help or receiving help and being able to really be clear on what's important to me as I move forward in life. So here we are at 427. So we're talking about assertiveness, and we are deciding on assertiveness for the weeks and really looking at what it is and what's important about it. So what will you take with you from this conversation until we meet again, Dawn Marie?
What I will take away from this conversation until we meet again is being mindful of being assertive, just paying more attention to the fact that I can show up and be the way that I feel on the inside, and then my outside would represent that even more effectively.
How about you, Madeline?
What I will take with me that will support me until we talk again. Well, assertiveness, it happens to be a really interesting topic for me. And I really enjoy having everyone's input on this because it's interesting. Well, certainly it's interesting because we don't think about these things in our moment-to-moment lives. And secondly, it'll be just a very interesting next few weeks. So that's what I'm taking with me, the looking forward to the conversations that come up, the thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. How about you, Olive?
What I will take with me is that being assertive is a good characteristic, that something to be nurtured in myself and in other people.
Cool. How about you, Lorraine?
What I'll take away from this conversation until we talk again, I think I'm just it come to my mind how assertiveness, when I organized a project and how I apply the assertiveness, when I organized a project or an event, I didn't know how it was going to pan out or anything, but I had an idea in my head and I stuck to this idea, and the details would come naturally. And sometimes the details had to be canceled and redone, but I've been very proud of the way things, when I get an idea to organize things, how it worked, even if it doesn't, you don't have any idea how it's going to start or go. And I think that's what I felt, that being that assertiveness at that in those times was very beneficial.
Cool. Yeah, it's interesting I'm excited just to focus on it because I think it's a big conversation that it's sort of like when we focused on time or what love is or intuition and some of these conversations we've had over time. I don't often take 10 weeks, a whole season to kind of focus on a concept and really create a new perspective through gathering so much information from like it's all us showing up, sharing what's coming up for us as we ponder it. So I take away this sense of collaboration around what it really is and live more from it. And as opposed to just being reactive in whatever way or form. So what will you take with you that'll support you for the rest of your life, Lorraine?
what will I take that will support me for the rest of my life? I think it's just the idea of being more aware of dealing with a subject like this, and it gives me more motivation to be a little bit, with it.
Got it. How about you, Olive?
Will I take for the rest of my life? I think to just continue being assertive.
Mm. Mm. Don Marie?
What I will take away from this until we meet again is the simple fact of being open. You're never too old to learn something new. And this is a new task for me, and I'm going to take it on.
Embrace it.
That's
That's right. Embrace it. That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah. How about you, Madeline?
What I will take away that will support me for the rest of my life. Well, I really liked the idea of the alignment that Dawn Marie spoke of, that, what you have going on in the inside is what you present on the outside. And that I think I will hang on to for an, sort of intention, because that is being authentic, right? Being authentic to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's an important aspect to strive for.
Mm. Nice. Well, what I will take with me that'll support me for the rest of my life. Well, the first thing that comes up is just this sense of exploration around a subject that I have looked at before, but there's so much more awareness and acceptance around it to be able to support each other in living more with it and stepping more into it as we move forward in life. So I like all these words, the authenticity, the being able to embrace it, taking away some of the shares from today. And I look forward to next time. See what's
Okay.
going to come of it.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
Okay.
Just a minute.